Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. I know this is early for me, but I'm going to be doing this storyline right now. See where this one takes us. This is going to be a touch base with the topic of love. All right. So we start out with fairy blessings. Make a wish, see it through, and your wish will come true. And we have this beautiful energy of a treehouse. Oh my gosh, I always wanted to live in a treehouse. The whole Swiss Family Robinson thing. But this feels like, I don't know, maybe somebody has that wish to do something a little unconventional. Perhaps this is a great time where magic is afoot. This also gives me a little bit of like idea of like Avatar or something as well in this story. So we'll just keep all of that in mind. Let's see, what is the wish that somebody has in regards to the topic of love? What is the wish? um Hold on, I feel like I should use a different deck. Uh, One with maybe softer colors. Yeah, that'll do. All right, here we go. Now let's now let's get into this. I just feel like if this is about making a wish in regards to love, we need to go with something soft. We have the Four of Swords. Rest, restore, and contemplate. And we've got this energy of obviously like peace, but also like calling in like strength from the ancestors and knowing that what we walk into is the great unknown. We have the pyramid, which is, the great, um, who knows where this is going to take us next, but we want to prepare for what comes next. So there's this element of like hope, there's this element of expectation, there's this element of, you know what, I'm making wishes that I'll be fully healed by the time my next adventure begins, because I can know that there's a next adventure up ahead. So ancestors, like, give me a little bit of your fairy dust, give me a little bit of the knowledge that I'll need, the peace that I'll need, the sense of calm that I'll need, because I know there's something fun afoot. There's a new adventure just up ahead. That's very positive. Hi everyone, Ian, Stevette, Sarah, Katie, thanks for being here. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys as well. Don't forget, tomorrow I will be going live in the beginning part of the day on both of my channels and doing some card pulls for my subscribers. So keep your notification bells turned on. It will be in the first half of the day because the second half I'll be gone. But just keep that in mind, okay? We have an Ace of Cups and we have the Knight of Swords. There's a big adventure in new love, I would say. And it's going to come up fast with the Knight of Swords. It's kind of going to be a character barely has a chance to say, you know what, ancestors, guide me, prepare me for whatever comes next. And the ancestors like, oh, sure thing, you're ready. And it's like, I'm sorry, wait, what? I thought you had to like fill my little cups and help me and give me advice and carry me a bit. And the ancestors like, no, you're good to go. Here it comes, incoming. It feels like there's like new love or a fresh opportunity that is just barreling down on this character before she could even think too much about it. We've got a Queen of Swords in the reverse. And what I'm hearing is, oh, shit. She's not really mad, but she might be like, I didn't say I was ready, ancestors. The ancestors think she is. The mummified great wise ones. She could have an Egyptian descent, whether or not she knows it. She could come from a lineage of great pharaohs, even if she doesn't know it. There's some kind of a vibe here. God, I'm at the edges of my mind. I can't grasp it, but there's a story about a feminine pharaoh and something remarkable about her. I'm sorry, the story, I can't quote it because I'll quote it wrong. So I'm just going to leave it there. I've got to go back and do some reading because it's trying to bust into my brain, but it's filed away in the catacombs of my mind from so long ago. In any case, we have got, I'm going to say, someone who, she probably didn't need much support from her ancestors. Maybe she is directly connected to their strength at all times anyway. Even if she's a little bit pissed, like, well, I really wasn't ready. That's not true. The Seven of Cups is in the reverse. She's been ready since she was born. There really isn't anything that is going to throw this particular feminine off kilter. not new love, not having wishes, hopes, and dreams come true. It's funny because it started out with, I just wish that, everything was kind of like on track and things were moving smoothly, and ancestors, I'm ready for the next adventure. When, with your assistance, I want to be prepared. And the response to all of that is you've never not been prepared. You've also never not known what you wanted your outcome to be. It feels like the ancestors are kind of challenging her to step into her honest truth, which is she's never not ready. This is a feminine who she might have been disempowering herself just a smidge by not acknowledging this about herself. King of Wands and Judgment. Okay, not everything has to be about returning soulmates or returning exes. Judgment card does not have to be a returning person per se, but we do have kind of an artistic vision of a stairway to heaven with kind of like a phoenix rising from the ashes imagery that's very artistically placed here. And the Judgment card can be all about reconciling, and reconciliation can mean to make peace with something, or it can mean to reconcile and bring something back into our lives. She may be a bit dismayed to discover that a King of Wands almost suddenly reaches out to her as soon as she no more has this thought about connecting to her ancestors. Then here she gets a message from this King of Wands. But the truth of it is, that was kind of always going to be something that was going to happen as soon as she like unblocked it, or as soon as she basically said the word. It's like open sesame. It's like, wait, I didn't know that was a word. I was just making a joke saying, oh, is that the word? I'll just say open sesame, and all of a sudden the floodgates open up. And it's like, yeah, that was actually the password. Well done. I kind of feel like it's a little anticlimactic, but it's also a little bit irritating, because she's like, look, I said I wanted the next adventure. I didn't know it meant like within the next 30 seconds as soon as I thought this out loud. And now here it is. And oh my God, it's you. I don't know if this is going to be good or bad. The King of Wands, you notice that we see him floating in. We don't even see him. We see his garment. We see his, like he wears a big white robe, and we see this flowing across her, like vision. Is it that she suddenly thinks of him, or is it that she suddenly receives a fleeting message from him and she goes, nah, shit, it's him? Are you kidding me? Or is she just saying, ah, shit, here it is. This is the next adventure. I didn't even get my seatbelt buckled yet, and here we go. The ride is already off and going. Oh, King of Pentacles. 5 of Cups. Okay, so it's more than one person. No wonder she's saying, geez, she may meet a brand new person and also have an offer coming in from the past. I'm going to say that the King of Pentacles is somebody who has probably been associated with like a loss, an area that she tried to grow in a long time ago. But this is some kind of you notice, instead of having a palace, the palace is kind of in ruins. So I'm definitely going to say that the King of Pentacles is somebody from her past. So that's the reconciliation of, is she going to want to talk to somebody from the past, or would she prefer this new person? And I'm thinking that she probably encounters somebody new and hears from the past within a very short span of time. For her to be pissed over this, which just cracks me up. I like her. She got a little sass. She starts out all soft, magical, and then she's like, ah, shit. And I just think that it's pretty funny, because she can be as ethereal and gentle, and then she can also be like a straight up realist and kind of get annoyed that things can't just be organized and timely and all of this, but it is the right time for her. Now, this might not be a whole lot of fun to have to deal with, even here with the 5 of Cups. We don't usually see somebody who seems to be weighing and measuring their thoughts, but she is weighing and measuring 2 different kings. I mean, unless this is one king fleeting through her world and it happens to be, she's going, wait a second, what do you mean you're sending me some love message? You were a stick in the mud before. You didn't offer me love messages. That was a long time ago anyway. You didn't build. You started building with me, and then you disappeared, and you left, what we'd half built together fall into disarray. So what is this all about? It could be that, because she's weighing things. Can be that she's just trying to weigh out, like, what do I even believe about this? Or she's trying to weigh and compare, what am I supposed to do when I have two options that have shown up? Let's see if we can clean that up a little and tighten up the story so we can figure out which it is, because I'm 50% in either direction right now. Who is the King of Wands? Let's start there. The Hanged Man, somebody who has not come toward her, somebody who's been on the outside edge for a while. Okay, remember, she's a Queen of Swords, and it says that the King of Wands is actually someone who's taken a while to become her match, someone who could be a good match for her. They've taken time to morph into like a clear, distinctive individual. Maybe they've taken a while to transform from King of Swords into King of Wands and become warm. Maybe they were a fairly fractured King of Swords back when she knew them. I thought that the King of Pentacles was going to be the person from the past, but we might now be dealing with just one king. We'll see. We're not quite clear on this yet. But certainly the King of Wands is somebody who has either been out of her world for a while. They've been going through a massive upgrade, a massive transformation. Literally, we can see it. Let me get one more on him. Then we're still going to turn our attention to the King of Pentacles to try to figure out if that is the same. Four of Cups, Three of Swords. Okay, so unfortunately, that King of Wands is not going to be somebody new, because there was a huge regret for having broken her heart into a million little pieces. And her heart is a nice, solid, like it should be a nice, solid, gigantic ruby, but somehow he fractured it into a million little pieces. Whatever happened between herself and that King of Wands was bad news. It really left a mark. It really shattered things. They have a regret. She might have a regret that she ever met him, but they might have a regret that she met him at the wrong time also. Okay, so hold on, because we still have to do a dive on, tell me about the King of Pentacles. Is this character all one and the same? Because right now what we've got is a King of Wands, who we could have also called a King of Swords. He should have been a match for her in the past. He was not. He broke her heart. The King of Pentacles comes across as, we got a Page of Coins. So is he the new person? New because although he could be an old friend, he could be somebody from a long time ago. This didn't hardly get off the ground. So this is not somebody who broke her heart, at least not yet in this story. This is somebody who barely got stuff started. This could be somebody she hasn't thought of in a long time. It could be more like, what is with old people showing up in my world? I said I was ready for the new adventure. I thought it was going to be new people. How come I've got two oldies? We got the High Priestess and we got the Three of Swords. And again, the weighing and measuring. So is that what she's saying? No wonder she's pissed. She's like, so basically I get a choice of two people from my past, both of whom broke my heart. I thought that they hadn't broken her heart, but I guess I spoke too soon, because we have a double dose of heartbreak from her. No wonder she's pissed. How is it that I have only two craptastic choices to choose between here? No wonder she's standing there with her arms up. Well, I can have this pile of crap or this pile of pee. I don't know, poop or pee. Which do I want? They both broke my heart. Both of these options suck. Why do I have two bad options? Both ways hurt me. Yeah. Now they're coming in as these awesome emperor kings. But you know what? I knew them as craptastic. Why do I have to only have these choices? Okay, hold on now. Who says she does have to have one of these choices? She said she's ready for an adventure. This is an adventure, but none of this means that this is the only part of her adventure that she's going to have. And remember, the Judgment card is also about making a judgment call. Maybe this is her chance to face two people, neither of whom she wants, both of whom she had unfinished business with, if she's honest, and both of whom would like to tell her, I love you, you're wonderful, I want to give to you. Oh no, I love you, you're wonderful, I want to give to you. If she's hearing that from two different exes, both of whom hurt her in the past, both of whom seem to have never really built anything, both lollygagged, both failed to get something going. In truth, she might have known that this day would come, but she still is irritated that this is what she gets when she asks for the new. But maybe it's a new opportunity to get resolution that she never had before. Let's just see. 5 of Wands and 8 of Coins. I'm going to go ahead and argue that there had probably been a lot of unfinished business, because the 5 of Wands is the stuff that we're still fighting with in our mind. And no wonder she was still saying, I've got to heal. Ancestors, give me the strength to keep healing up so that I'm ready for the next adventure. And the ancestors are like, sure, you're ready to do the final healing? Okay, we'll bring those boys back on in, or girls, doesn't matter what gender, so that y'all can wrap this up. You can get the lesson completed. You can see how much work has been done in yourself. Maybe she needs to realize how much she's healed, because she's honestly just irritated to hear from exes. That's all I get off of her. She's just pissed that she's got to hear from exes. But maybe that's good. Maybe that is actually what it needs to be. We got the Ace of Cups and the Fool. Okay. This is making so much more sense. Hallelujah. Because I was like, I don't know where this is taking us, or how what minutia we're going to have to go down to try to keep the storyline straight. It turns out there is always a third choice, right? If we're at a fork in a road, we always think, oh, well, I'm going to go right or I'm going to go left. We always forget, no, we also have the pathway that we've already been walking, the pathway that belongs to us already. We don't have to choose choice A or choice B. We don't have to choose this poopy king or this peepee king. We don't have to go down either of those roads. I'm sorry, I'm using little children's poopy baby. It's just, she was so irritated because it was like, either way, it's not what I would want. Then she doesn't have to pick it. She can pick herself. This is the new adventure. She chooses her. She chooses to fill her own cup. She chooses neither of them. So she's changed a lot. This is what the ancestors were saying. Babe, you're good. You're ready. You're ready to face those exes, because you're not going to go back to either of them. And you can round out cycles with both of them at the same time. Let's give you a twofer here. Let's go ahead and let you see just how different you are. Let's let you see just how different your choices are today. And now you get to have the incredible success of saying, I faced the things that hurt me the most, and it didn't shake me, and it didn't crumble me, and it didn't make me want to go backwards. In fact, what I realized is I'm not even mad anymore. I'm not upset. I actually confidently choose me, because the direction I would, blaze a trail for myself, or the path that I personally am already on, is better for me than choosing to go back to exes that caused me that much heartbreak. Why would I do that? I wouldn't do that. There's better people, there's better unknowns out there, or there's other heartbreaks, but I'm at least going to choose a new heartbreak for the potential of it being maybe a new happiness, then go back to something I've already known that I know brought me through heartbreak. Nope. I choose me. I choose a different path. This is the culmination of her actually being a healed individual. It's, it's exactly what I was talking about here, when I said you can choose A or B, or you can choose you. All she has to do is put her hands down. She doesn't need to entertain or hold either of those kings as options. Neither one of them are options. Put your hands down, girl, and just keep walking forward. You don't need either one of them. That's exactly what she's doing. Just because exes want to talk to me, I don't have to. Just because exes want a second chance with me, they don't automatically get that. I don't even have to entertain the idea. I can just move on. Okay. Whew. I was worried there for a second. Okay, so she's stepping into like a whole new universe. I don't see this as Dark Night of the Soul. I see this as she's realizing she holds the lantern that lights the way for where she wants to put her foot next. Where do I want to step next? Well, I have all the light to shine to show me. She's listening to her own innermost voice. So what is your inner voice telling you, darling? That's what I want to know, because I bet her inner voice is really interesting. The High Priest, which would be the Hierophant in any other deck, it's card 5, it's strong Taurus energy. As she tunes into herself, so we're already done with the exes, right? We can literally get those cards off of there. We don't even need that energy around anymore. That's already in her rear view mirror. Yes, she had to face it just so she can push it aside, and she's straight on ahead. And as she listens to her own inner voice, her North Star, we see her coming to like this next precipice, which is, this is a big chapter of life. This is what she's going to commit to. Is she ready to meet the love of her life? Is she ready for a forever partner? Is she ready to be married and cross that bridge? The universe says, just a second now, or the ancestors. I usually look at this card as the universe. The ancestors helped her to recognize she's done with exes. She's found her own voice, and she's asking herself these important questions, and she gets to this precipice. She gets to the bridge. Take it to the bridge. I'm hearing James Brown songs right now. But the universe is asking her, now, if just know what you're in for. If you cross this bridge, you're going to meet the love of your life. Do you want to be married, or do you want to be single for a while still? You're at a unique moment in time where you can meet the person that you can have the rest of your life with, but you would commit to them. And in committing to somebody, that will be a decisive choice, that your life will go differently than if you stay single. Do you want this? Just know what you're asking for. Know what it's like, the toll booth, or let's say the border crossing, right? If you're going to cross into someone else's country, or even in the United States, sometimes, if you're crossing into another state where like they don't permit certain fruit to cross over the border, you get stopped and they ask you what kind of fruit you have. It's that. This is the border crossing. If you proceed on this path, you're going to find the love of your life. You're going to be married. You're going to be committing to someone, and that will dramatically alter what your life is going to be. We have a new king in town. We have a King of Cups. Only if she chooses to accept this challenge does she want to do this. There's no guarantees that everything would be oh so perfect, right? But it would be the person that she might want to commit to and give it her best shot. We have a 5 of Swords. We have a Knight of Swords. The universe is like laying it out and saying, no, that in any case, it's going to be a wild card. But are you ready to meet somebody that you could sign up for a lifetime of adventures with? Are you in a place where you can do that? Or at the first sign of, not being able to comprehend each other, is it going to be a fight and it's going to be over really fast? Don't cross this bridge unless you've got basically everything that you need to cross this bridge. So here's what I think this is saying. And this is not to be insulting and say, oh, is she mature enough to have a relationship that, a deep, profound, and meaningful emotional relationship means communication is going to be so important. Communication is going to be their biggest issue. If she's about to meet someone who could be the love of her life, the universe is like, you don't have to meet them right now if you don't quite feel ready. You did just come out and get healed. You did just gain your independence. Think about it carefully. In any relationship, no matter how much you could love the person and they could love you, you will still encounter the differences that can create discord. Are you ready to deal with, and give grace to a loving person that you could have discord with? Because if you're expecting perfection, it's not going to be there. So you have to not be pissed over what you had in the past still, to where you say, I deserve something that never makes me frustrated at all. And the first sign, if anybody has any red flags, if I have any frustration at all, then I'm going to bounce. The universe is just saying, if you walk in like that attitude, and we're all in that attitude at some point, right? When we've dealt with exes, when we're done with exes and we're feeling liberated and we're feeling really good and we're feeling really loving and we love our lives again, maybe she's just barely got her own independence and happy mindset back. Maybe she's not going to be ready just yet. to meet the love of her life, because it will undoubtedly still come with moments of conflict. And if the universe is saying, be careful, you don't want to meet the right person. And then because of this frame of mind you're in right now, you're still, it's maybe a little too close to the last time you had to deal with exes ish. And if you have to deal with a new person who's not your ex, who is wonderful, but undoubtedly there will still be problems, are you going to bounce at the first sign of trouble? Because, you've already had it up to here with other people's drama and you just don't want to deal with it, because you could throw away a good one if you're not really ready for the good one. Because a good one will still have its dents and bruises. So be mindful. That's a great question to pose to her. I mean, I think that is like the universe really giving her a moment to self-reflect and say, wait a second, do I need a little more time on my own first? If I met a wonderful person, but we had a conflict, would I find the, self-control to say, babe, I know we probably push each other's buttons. I don't want to push yours. How can we talk through this? Or let me listen. Let me try to figure stuff out with you so that we give each other grace. Let's find a solution. If she's not ready to do that right now because she's had enough of having to deal with other people's stuff, then this is not a good time for her to proceed across this bridge. She should stay single for a bit. She should kick up her feet. She should just go do fun things, stay single, maybe have lighthearted flirtations, but don't try to get into a relationship yet. What is her response? This is so awesome, because it's like she's sitting down, she's really talking to the universe, and the universe has just given her that cup of tea, that gentle cup of tea, saying, sweetheart, listen, you're going to be good in relationship, but at different points in time, we all get a little fatigued, a little burned out. So just know where your burnout level is. Don't sign up for, like I'll use this as an example. If there's been like let's say a workout class that's starting, and it's going to be 6 weeks, and it's like, oh my God, I can't wait to do this. But unfortunately, our work schedule has been so intense, and we've been, working 85 hours a week, and we're barely sleeping, and there's so much going on. And even though we could sign up for that workout class, and it's, starts at 4:30 in the morning, and it's like guaranteed to get you shredded and ripped, and you're so excited to do it. But when are you sleeping? Maybe wait for the next cycle of that amazing class. Maybe support yourself in other ways. Maybe first, get through the holiday crush at work, get your schedule back to 40 hours a week instead of 85, start to sleep again, take care of yourself, and then do the next time that they open up slots for that 4:30 a.m. shred class. It just says you don't have to dump all this garbage on yourself, or even all this good stuff on yourself, if you are depleted right now. And this is her having the little true talk with the universe. And she's realizing this is important. Am I actually ready to meet the love of my life? We have the King of Wands. Remember, that was one of the exes. She's thinking heavily about the King of Wands. Man, things started great with them. They were really warm, really loving, or they've come back through my life like they wanted to start something again, really warm, really loving. Was there any piece of me that kind of wondered about that, even though I said I was done with exes? Is there anything that is reminiscent? If I met somebody who reminded me of the ex, would I be able to give them a fair shake? If I met a loving person who was wonderful, will it remind me too much of the ex? Will I transfer any of my emotions onto the new person? Or will I give them a clean slate? Can I have a new love, or is it too close to whatever happened between me and that ex? She's really considering this. Because if that, let's say, for example, the King of Wands was very similar to, like, that relationship was the one that it's like, man, I really thought that one could have worked. He was so many things that I wanted, but it still turned out to be a disaster. If I met somebody so much like him, would I punish him for the new person for the person of the past? And I think that's a fair question, because that ex had so many attributes that she wanted. If she met somebody a lot like them, but who wasn't them, could she give them a fresh slate and not try to instantly go, oh, you're just like my ex? Because she can't say that to a new person. She has to really abandon that tendency. And we have a Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I think she absolutely can keep those two separate. Come on, she's a Queen of Swords. Yes, she was a pissed off Queen of Swords, which is maybe why this is so much like consideration being given to her right now, and say, Queen of Swords, you're amazing, you're brilliant, you have good boundaries, but when you've been crossed and you've been heartbroken and you've been mistreated time and again, and then those two jokers come back around for, round two all at the same time, and you got to face all that again, and you finally dump that off and you're finally feeling empowered. Is there any, sometimes we're still just left sore. And are you clear? Are you back to a Queen of Swords upright? Can you keep the past separate from somebody new? And I think this says yes. The truth of it is, that's exactly what she needs. She's saying that's even the thing that will help me to make a distinction between somebody new, and I know we'll have our ups and downs, and I know we'll have our conflict from time to time, but that's the difference. I'm not going to bounce out if somebody new is wonderful. When we have conflict, I'm determined to have a different outcome. You know what? I think this allowed her to basically like put herself through the like imagining what can go wrong in a relationship, what kind of repeat cycles could occur, but how will she behave differently when a similar scenario pops up, when conflict arises, when two people aren't communicating well. How will she handle it? She's saying, I'll handle it totally different because I want a different outcome, and I've chosen a different kind of partner. I think she is ready for the love of her life after all. I think this was more like the little, like if there could be like a pre-counseling session from the universe to somebody to say, you want the best, you deserve the best. Are you ready for the best? How will you handle conflict? Because you're going to meet the best, and the two of you could be amazing together, but not if you're too tired right now. You can rest first if you need to before you're given this amazing partner. Turns out she's not just meeting a King of Cups. She's meeting an Emperor. And it turns out with that Five of Wands, this amazing Emperor could come in with a complicated life, and the two of them will probably actually thrive because of the mindset she's in, because of the energy he's bringing in, and because of what she's primed and prepped herself for. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for the kind of relationship that is strong, that we are both committed, that we both are truthful, that we both are choosing to be where we're at. And when there are problems, we will find solutions. This feels amazing. This feels like it's so much more realistic instead of like, oh, and then there will be a fairy tale and then she will never have another problem. She's saying, yeah, right. The world is full of illusions, but thankfully I've been protected from a lot of illusions. I've been disappointed, sure, but I've seen heartbreak for what it is. Sometimes people shatter you, and I know what that feels like. Other times you meet people that are great that don't intend to shatter you, but sometimes you'll have a fight with them, but you can still love them. But I know the difference between somebody who's either not ready for a relationship and therefore they dump your heart on the ground and break you into a million pieces and are irresponsible, versus somebody who's very responsible. And yet we will still not always have perfection, but I know the difference. I'm not looking for the illusion of fantasy. The universe has helped me, has protected me from the wrong ones, has given me space to heal, and has also given me the opportunity to decide, what am I ready for? I like how realistic this is about, like, no relationship's going to be perfect, but when you're dealing with somebody that's an Emperor, somebody that is like able to say, I'm sorry, I maybe didn't say that right. When he's going to show up and say, we do have some problems, we got to sort this out. I'm not leaving, I'm not running, I'm right here to sort this out with you. That's the difference. That's the kind of partner she's going to be choosing. If he's not like that, she'll be gone. But I don't see that this time. The big concern in this story, which was very interesting because I've never had a story come out this way, the big concern is about her. Are you ready? Because she could be the runner because of all that she's been through. But that's not what she is. She's not a runner, but she is somebody who, I think she very calmly asked herself those same questions. If I meet somebody new who's wonderful, will I run if there's problems? And she's saying, No, that's the whole point. I want somebody new and I want to face life problems with them in a mature way. That's what I'm signing up for. Good for her. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love that. And I love the fact that she's ending up with an emperor. That is so beautiful. What a different storyline. You guys, so good to see everybody. Hi. Sandy Nesta, Anna Boyle, Stephanie, Saji, excuse me, Sassy Saji 28. So good to see you. EM. I can't help it. I love music. Tammy Secord. Hi, sweetheart. Carrie Wilson, great to catch you in the live. 01 frequency. Thank you. You sweetheart. Hi, Mon. Beautiful G. Happy early Thanksgiving to you guys also. Hey, RT. Dragon Fortnite. Thank you guys so much for popping in. Patricia. Hi, Tina. Oops. Tammy Andrews. Of Light and Dark. Hi, Monica. Rachel's Magic. Melrose. Champer Sync 79. Hi, Shirley. Nope. Always great to catch you. Heart Rocks. Hey, RS. Thank you, Patricia. I know you guys already had your Thanksgiving, right, Patricia? Didn't we do a live and I brought up Thanksgiving and you were like, it's literally Thanksgiving in Canada? That was last month, right? In October. I want to say that was you I was talking to, I think. Hey, Brandon. Right back at you. Thank you, guys. All right, you guys, take care. I will probably be back on my other channel tonight to do some zodiacs. And then tomorrow I will go live and do some card pulls for subscribers in the first half of the day. So I'll see you guys then. Mirabuka, thank you, sweetheart. All right, you guys, take care. Bye for now. Dragon Fortnite, do you like this one? I really do enjoy the just the look of the stained glass. I think it's kind of a fun, different tempo. So, okay, EM, I will do Pisces first tonight, okay? In honor of you, my love. All right, you guys, take care. Bye.